Good morning. Just waiting for Anna to join us, and then we will get started with our clean beauty coffee chat. Hope everyone has their coffee or tea. I'm on my second today. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
You are looking gorgeous this morning.
Oh gosh, this hair hasn't been washed in like I don't even know, but you know how sometimes people are like, "Oh, you look good. What'd you do?" You're like, "I washed my hair," but in this case, for some
You
reason,
did
whenever
wash
I don't, it looks like bouncy. It's just so gross.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
How are
Happy
you?
Friday.
Happy Friday. I know.
I'm so happy
Friday.
we're finally doing this.
I know. Me too. It's been like a long time coming. I have my coffee. What does yours say?
Mine says I'm trying very hard not to connect with people right now.
Oh my god, I love that. That's so cute. Mine's like a Disney cup because I'm a Disney
Cute.
fanatic. Who isn't, right?
Yeah, I know. I miss Disney.
I know.
Haven't been in so long.
I know. So, should we just get started? I know we've got a couple of people already kind of watching. Oh my gosh, I use like those under eye things. I know we're getting ready to not keep those, but like I went to a networking thing yesterday and I'm like, so tired. But I'm here.
You look fresh and awake, so thanks to Beauty Counter, right?
Thanks to Beauty Counter. I did my literally flawless in 5. Like I was like, ooh. Anyway, so I want to talk about, first of all, us, like how we met and what kind of brought us together. So Angela and I were invited to, well, wait, was it first the dinner or did we meet at the event in Miami, like the Latin X event in Miami? I can't remember which one was first.
I think it was the dinner that we met.
I think it was the opposite. I think so. Yeah, because I remember seeing you and I was like, I need to connect with that girl. I feel like her and I like.
Yes, you're right.
Do big things.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, Steph who's on this.
Okay.
Yeah, Steph's
She's like the event. I was there.
In Miami. I was there. Yeah. So we connected there. We both went to this event. Beauty Counter was holding an event for the Latin community. And I don't know, we just got to talking and we were talking about how we both have backgrounds in like the media PR world, right? And then the dinner.
Yes, which was the same weekend, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So we got invited to the dinner for directors and above in Miami or South Florida. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Beauty Counter friends forever.
We've been like, Beauty Counter friends. Like it's really incredible how you connect and meet with people through all walks of life, like no matter where you come from. Oh, but even the best thing, remember the next day I went to some event, a networking event, and we ran into each other.
We were there. Yes.
So there are several instances, where like you and I have connected completely randomly, like almost like by fate, right?
Yeah.
We like were at this place, and I'm not in Miami ever. Like I live in West Palm. Palm Beach is like my territory, and Miami is Angela's, and that's why also I think we're good because like you know what I mean. But regardless, like when people say like, oh, but you live in the same town, like could you do this business? Isn't it saturated? Like no. No one knows your networks and the people that you know and where you come from.
Totally. Exactly.
But that's a whole other conversation.
Right.
So then tell them about our talk. Like we were invited to do a mindset and confidence talk.
Yes. So at the like quarterly like leadership conference in Orlando that we both were going to, we got separately asked to do this talk around confidence and mindset for consultants. And sure enough, it was together. So we were on stage together doing this talk, and like they didn't even know that we were friends. It was just
Right.
totally fate.
Yeah. So we got this email, and it was like an email from one of our regional directors, and she was like, I'm inviting the both of you to collaborate. I'm not sure how much you know each other. I think she knew that like we had met once or twice, whatever, but
right.
You know, obviously we connected on social media. We've kept in touch, you know, like Voxer, whatever. And she's like, I want you guys to do this talk on mindset and confidence. And like we immediately called each other. We're like, no way.
Yeah.
Like this is so cool.
Yeah.
And that was really neat. I mean, at the time, I just kind of like, and I feel like you feel this way too. Like you're just going through the motions. You're like, okay, this is what we need to do. Here's our outline. Like, let's get it done. Right. But looking back, like that was a pretty darn big opportunity for the both of us. And I feel like it was our time to really shine and like work together well.
Yes. And also I think I mean, I'm so happy, like personally that topic for me it was just like so spot on, because I think like the evolution that I've had in terms of like my mindset and my confidence in this journey, like really it truly is like something that I'm so passionate about talking about and sharing. So that was just an awesome moment that we got to talk to like hundreds of consultants from around the country.
Totally. And I think for those watching that were like unable to attend, the gist was sort of like, you know, confidence is not something like you're born with. Like you can learn that skill. You just need to really, really and truly like be confident, whatever it is that you're selling or whatever it is that you're doing, beauty counter or otherwise, like your business, like people can smell if you're not confident in what you're doing and what you're selling. And sometimes it's tough, right? But then the mindset comes in to say like, no negative self-talk.
Right.
Like you've got this. You're here for a reason.
Yeah.
So that was really, that was cool. So one of the many opportunities that Beauty Counter sort of has given us outside of like the millions of other reasons why it's so great. Yeah. Obviously I feel like we didn't even do like a real introduction. We just started talking.
I know. Well, why don't we do it now? It's okay. We can do a quick,
hi.
A quick intro. Yeah.
I'm Deanna D'Andrea. I have a blog called Mom Girl Blog. My background is in media. I was a journalist, producer back in the day. And then I had children and got pregnant and was like, yeah, no, that life's just not for me. So I decided to take a back seat, be a stay-at-home mom, start my blog. And then Beauty Counter sort of fell into my lap about a year later. And I've married the two. I've been with Beauty Counter now for 4 years. And I love Disney. I love Lily. And I just love like making connections. I love social media and all things beauty, I guess, and all things clean. Like I feel like I knew a lot about the industry and what it was about, but I really didn't know about lack of regulation, and I didn't know that other people didn't really know, and that lit a fire under me. And it felt like that was the reason why I joined, was to make sure that like we don't live in a world where my children have to choose. And obviously my why has kind of flourished from there.
Right.
Friendships like you and that kind of thing. So that's me.
And I'm Angela Amendola, and I live in Miami, from New York originally.
Same.
Yeah, another connection. So I have lived in Miami for like 7 years now. I have a background in PR and marketing, mostly for retail and fashion brands. And then when I moved to Miami, I was like, what the heck am I going to do now? And wasn't really sure, started consulting for a beauty company. And that's kind of how I fell into like the beauty world, and actually how I was introduced to Beauty Counter randomly through someone who also worked at that company. And I was kind of the same. Like she actually introduced me because they had just launched the kids line. And she was like, you will love this brand. Like, it's such a cool brand. Like, it has like awesome marketing. Like, just check it out. They're all clean. You know, you have to check out the kids line. And I thought that I was using organic, natural, clean products for my kids, especially. But I was the same. Like, I had no idea that there was like this crazy lack of regulation, that no law had been passed in ages, like all the stuff, right? So I was the same. Like, I was like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I just want to be a part of this. And like, I saw the potential of the brand, and I just like, something spoke to me. So that's how I ended up becoming a consultant. And then since then, I've now left that other company, and I also consult for marketing for different clients on the side. So, and yeah, I'm super passionate about like clean living in general. Definitely not perfect by any means, but learning. And I feel like that's another really cool thing about the beauty counter community. Like, everyone is so like-minded that I've learned so much from like other people, that just, you know, because we're all kind of like in this little community and like sharing things. And like, I mean, like the jean shorts I have on today, or like another consultant who lives like across the country like posted them, and we have this like Instagram friendship, you know. It's just so random.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just an amazing amazing community. It's funny.
I'm trying to get these
So
words off of my, like, okay, there it is. Okay. Yeah, no, I feel like the community and like segueing into that, like,
yeah,
is so amazing. I feel like, you know, you and I have similar backgrounds for sure, but there's so many people, like you said, you can learn from and listen to that, like, I never even thought about. It never even, like, for me, when I first signed up, I was like, I'm just going to do this because I'm a mom. I'm tired of talking about like poop and throw up. Like, I want to do something for myself, and I want to like maybe write off my cell phone bill, like whatever, you know?
right,
And then
yeah,
like now it's like a complete, like, it's a person, when they say it's a personal development like with a paycheck, it truly is. Like, I would volunteer for this mission because I feel passionate about it, but I feel like it's just, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I could go on for days.
totally. No, I agree. I had like no idea what I was getting into, in like a good way, you know, like I
Right.
didn't expect any of it. And now it's like, I, I really, I mean, I would be like lost without my beauty counter friends. It's like,
I
so, you know,
agree. I know.
it's amazing. And I
I
know
need to
other
know what
people
jean
like say
shorts you're
that in
wearing.
other companies, but I do feel like we have this like special community. So
We do. I
yeah.
need to know what jean shorts you're wearing. You're going to have to share that with us.
Oh, yes. They're like, no, they're just like Levi cutoffs. But
Okay.
I'll show you a picture.
Cool.
They're very cute though.
But yeah, so tying back to the community, like, I don't
Yeah.
want people to assume, like, because you and I have this media tie or whatever, that's what you have to have, or like, oh, of course they're going to do that. Like, they've got that in the bag. Like, we don't. And, you know, there are people that do this that could care less about clean beauty, but they love, you know, the advocacy behind it, or they love just the efficacy of the product, or they're like a complete product junkie or whatever. We've got nurses, lawyers, doctors, like, we've got teachers, stay-at-home moms, you know, black, white, brown, Asian, like, everybody is at the table, and there's like room for you at this table. So that's something I just want to preface, is like,
totally.
don't assume that, like, oh, sure, they would do that. Like, I could never do that.
Right.
I just want
And
to
I think I hear this a lot too, like from my team, or just like other people who are like maybe interested in the business but haven't jumped in yet. Like, they're like, well, like, I'm not good on social media, or I don't have a following, or I don't have a big network. And like, I tell them, like, first of all, that's just like one like channel of sharing this like business with people, and this, you know, the products and the, you know, the company. Like, it's really like person to person. So however you want to do that, whether it's like in person, whether it's phone calls, text messages, or social media, or events, or whatever, you know, there's like a million different ways that people grow successful businesses. And I think that like that's something really important, because it's not just for like, you know, social media savvy people either.
No, and I
people
feel
who
like
know
too,
how
like,
to do marketing or whatever.
well, even still, like, I feel like too, some people like, oh, if I post, people will buy or people will join. Like, it's much deeper than that. It's about making connections, and it's about how you enjoy making those connections. So like, even yesterday, I was on a phone call with some of the girls on my team, and I was like, figure out in this business, like, what brings you joy, right? Is it connecting in person with people? Obviously, like, COVID has brought us to a point where like we've had to go digital a little bit.
Yes.
But you could meet one-on-one, like on Zoom, or you could meet from 6 feet apart at a cafe and like have some coffee with someone and talk about it. I feel like I'm not like, I love networking, but I'm not one to like, you know, sit at a table. Like I hate like sitting there. I feel like I got to get up and talk. Like I want to talk, you know? I like the social media component. Some people don't. So like to your point, you got to figure out like if you have clients and you're an esthetician, or if you're a teacher, right? Like use your education, like use the fact that you have this gift to educate others. You know, I'm not a teacher.
Totally.
So, okay, go ahead, babe. Okay. My daughter's interrupting. She's got to go potty, and that's mom life. So let's talk about mom life. And
yes,
now we
yes.
weave it all in together. I'm going to probably have to get up and leave for a brief minute.
I mean, it's definitely been a lot more challenging this past year than ever before. But no, I mean, I think that's the beauty of this business, no pun intended. I mean, it's like I feel like when the world like ended last year, nothing really changed that much for me other than like my kids were home, but I still was able to like work because I just work when I can, like from my phone. So that's kind of, you know, a huge perk.
So she needs me real quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
I don't want to leave you alone.
No, it's okay.
Talk to that. Talk about like the time thing and how you're like intentional with your time, and I'll be right back. Oh my gosh.
I will. And you know, I mean, I think a lot of people, like when I first started, my, you know, working with Beauty Counter, I had a full-time job, and there's a lot of people who start this when they also have, you know, a full-time life. Like we're all so busy. We all have a million things going on. And it's really just about like, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, right? So, you know, I say this, you know, to my friends and my team members a lot, like it's really about being intentional with your time and, you know, doing also what brings you joy in the business. Like I love connecting with my clients. I love, you know, helping people start and grow their businesses. I love, you know, just that community aspect, that relationship aspect, regardless of whether it's clients or team members or sideline consultants, that, you know, that I've just met along the way. But I think it's really, you know, it's all about just fitting in your, you know, your priorities whenever that is. So for me, when I, you know, was working a full-time job, and at that point I had like 2 under 2. I was working a full-time job, and it was like a really crazy schedule where I had like events that I had to be out of the house. This was obviously way before COVID, like 2 or 3 nights a week. And so like, I look back on that and I don't know how I was able to like build my Beauty Counter business. You're back.
I'm back.
I'll just finish my quick story. But
okay, go ahead.
I really wanted it. And so I just figured out time to work it. So on my lunch hour, I would like listen to training calls, and then I would, you know, do like send out samples at night before I went to bed. Like it's just really about like fitting it in. I was just saying like, yeah, being intentional about your time, and like everyone has the same 24 hours in the day. So it's just really about like, you know, you could spend like 10 hours a day on whatever you want, you know, but it's just about like turn off the TV for 30 minutes and work, instead of, you know, just.
So you were working full time when
I started working with Beauty Counter, yeah,
and then
which is different for you. So I like that we have different sort of stories there. But I
my
really,
kids are
like,
here, and they still haven't left. Clearly,
right? Yeah, and no, and I actually, it's interesting because, you know, looking back, like I thought that my why at the beginning, like why I started, was because of the regulation and because of like all of that, and that was a piece of it. But like ultimately, I had a 6-month-old, and I did not want to work full time anymore. Like I wanted flexibility. I wanted to be home with them. But I didn't want to lose that.
A piece of yourself. Yeah.
Right. So I was like, what do I do?
It's funny because when I joined, my daughter was 1. And I knew that like I wasn't gonna have another child, and I knew that eventually I was gonna have to go back to work. Like it was gonna come time to be like, okay, Bree, mommy, like this chapter's done. It's time to get back to work. And like I was like, I'll be damned. I am not reporting to anybody. Like I'm going to make this work, even if it's the last thing I do. And like just to touch on the regulation factor, I feel like we kind of glazed over it. But for those of you that don't know, there's a major lack of regulation. There's a 1-page literal paper on what is allowed inside of products right now. And so we work tirelessly for everybody, because it's a very important health issue, to advocate for more health protective laws when it comes to what's allowed inside of products. Right now, the US only bans like 30, and Beauty Counter bans 1,800, which is 300 more than the EU, the European Union. So companies make certain products for the US and Europe, and like that's nasty. So just to like, you know, touch on that very briefly, that was also why I joined. But to your point, the whole like, I got a taste of being able to like freelance and do my thing while I had a baby. And I knew I needed something like just a little bit more stable, in a sense, where I was like, okay, I need something where I can like know that like I can build this income.
Right.
And that's kind of how,
a reliable like paycheck coming in every month.
Right.
For the most part.
Right. And I could do other projects, and I can try to work on other things also simultaneously. Like, but Beauty Counter has definitely given me stability in that sense, where I know like, I know what I'm doing. I know how to, you know, I have like this well-oiled machine for now. And then obviously I would love to build and grow and have more and more people understand it and link arms with, because that's really the only way we're going to be able to make this like bigger than it is. Right.
Yes. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's like people really, you know, it's amazing the impact that we've been able to have over the last 8 years. And our community is still so small, but just as we continue to grow, like, and seeing that vision that the company has, and like the news of the Carlisle group, just, you know, joining as a strategic partner, and like valuing us at $1 billion. And like, it's really exciting to know that like we are going to be involved in really driving that change in the industry, and helping, you know, educating others, obviously impacting their health by, you know, providing this education and products that actually work, but also just helping to grow our community more, so that we're spreading that word, and really just, you know, so that people need to listen, that, you know, the lawmakers cannot ignore us anymore.
Right. And I don't think that they are. I mean, our CEO was asked to testify in front of Congress to talk about the lack of regulation, and to sort of rebuttal, you know, what companies have been saying is fine and is deemed safe is not. Right. So to piggyback off what you said, for those of you that don't know, Beauty Counter was recently purchased by a major global investment company called the Carlisle Group. They back companies like Beats by Dre, Vogue,
Golden Goose.
And so that is a big deal that they valued our company at $1 billion. And what that's going to do is it's going to increase our tech. It's going to increase our marketing. It's going to increase the ability to, you know, just be innovative and hire more people and link arms with more people. It just puts us in a position where people are going to take us even more seriously than they already do. And especially now with COVID, like more and more people are really understanding the importance of the fact that your skin is your biggest organ, right? Like what you put on your body is just as important, if not more, than what you put in your body. Yes. And I feel like it's almost like, remember back in the day when it was like, what's organic? And now it's like all the moms are like, I only give my kid veggie straws. Like it's, you know?
Right. Totally.
It's the same thing. It's like,
yeah.
Hello.
Right. Yes.
But I think that you have to remember, like, it's not to scare you, because I think it can be overwhelming.
Yes.
It can.
Yeah.
I think my biggest advice, and I don't know what you think, but you can always pitch in, but I think like going like small changes, big impact, right? Like choosing one product that you know sits on your skin every single day, a moisturizer, eliminating fragrance, you know, eliminating like lipstick because that has lead. One at a time, doing that, and then eventually you can, you know, build this clean profile.
Yes, totally. That's what I tell people. Like, start with those basic things like a cleanser or a moisturizer or a body lotion, because that's like literally going all over your body.
Yeah.
And then
And
just
sitting there.
swap. Yeah. And just swap things out as you need to replace them and shoot, you know, with cleaner. And also that just goes with like transitioning to like a cleaner lifestyle in general. Like I feel like I get so overwhelmed with that too. And like, you know, I just try to do like one little thing at a time. Like I'm gonna tackle like our laundry area like right now, you know, and then we'll like get that new routine down, and then like I'll move on to like the bathroom stuff or
same.
whatever,
And if it doesn't work
really
for you, right? And if it doesn't work for you, like switch it out, send it back. You know, like sometimes things don't work. Everybody's skin is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. If something gives you a reaction, switch it out. Try something new. But like, don't just give up because it's like the easiest thing to do, right? Yeah. Just because like we're used to using all the things that we grew up using or eating all the things that we grew up eating doesn't necessarily mean that that's what we're supposed to do today. Times change. You know, new ingredients and chemicals are introduced into the world every single day. And something I want to really touch on is like, you have to try so hard to be your own advocate. Like it's difficult obviously to read the labels, but if you need help, reach out to Angela or myself. Like we are not like scientists. We're not incredible researchers, but we're doing the best that we can. Yeah. And I think it's about like just being an advocate for yourself and trying to figure out, okay, like what is in this product? What does it do? The EWG app, major thing. Like if you don't have that app, download it today. That app is so great for scanning products and food in and around your home to dictate whether or not it has toxic composition.
Yes. And for those of you who don't know, EWG, Environmental Working Group, it's a nonprofit. So it's like not affiliated with any brands or anything like that. And they basically just kind of have a rating system of to how, you know, clean and safe things are. And it's just like a wealth of knowledge. So and it's so easy to use. So like everyone should be using that. Hopefully there will continue to be like more resources like that out there. But that is definitely something I always recommend to people. And also like, I mean, this is one of the things that I personally, I'm lazy. So I love that I can just use beauty counter products and not have to like think about it. Right.
Me too.
Like, so pick, like, but it doesn't need to be beauty counter, right? Just like pick some brands that you've researched and trust, and then just use them, you know? So it's like but you have to, like you said, be your own advocate. It's really about, you know, educating yourself and understanding, like, you don't need to know all the ingredients on the back of everything. You just need to know like what not to use.
Correct. And I think too, like,
fragrance is a great one to start with.
Yes. And 100%. And I think too, like with companies, like we have 7th generation, they're on our board, you know, of directors, and it's almost like a community of those people too, right? Like we've got our beauty counter community, and then we've got like the community of clean, like we have a clean coalition. So it's like this coalition of companies that band together to educate others on the topic of consumer safety. And so I think that, you know, it just goes to show you that we are moving in that direction, that people are listening. And to your point, you know, like we get 25% off. Like that's a big darn deal. You know? Yeah. So I actually had a discount, and I still do at Whole Foods. I'm able to purchase whatever I want for 25% off, right? But I knew that I wanted to back up a company that wasn't just sitting on a shelf. Like, I wanted to buy and put my money where my mouth was. And like, I wanted to be able to say, like, I am buying this. I'm buying into this company because I feel like, or I know that we are going to do big things. It's a major movement. And I want to be part of it even in the smallest way, right? Like I feel good that I get to have my cake and eat it too. Like I get to be home with my children. I get to make a significant income. I get to make a significant impact. I get to have friends. I get to have a network. Like I get to have all the things, you know?
All the things.
So
what could be better?
Right. Like,
I mean, it really is true. I could
yeah.
go on, but
yeah,
it's, yeah.
So do we want to talk about for moms, since like we're focused on mommy stuff? I feel like real quick, I just want to share with moms that do have children at home, you know,
Yes.
and going back to that intentional time, like it's okay for them to sometimes have like screen time for 30 minutes, or for them to you know, give them an activity. I've learned to be like intentional in that sense. Like, here are your toys. These are the specific puzzles you'll be doing today, you know? I don't know why I just thought of that. I was like, I don't want people to think like my kids are locked in a room somewhere. I mean, you saw she came in and
yeah. No, I mean, even like I'll be like packing up samples or something, and I have like a stamp for my return address thing. Like,
Me too.
and I know that like my son loves to play with stamps. So like I'll like have him at the table and I'll give him paper, and
That's
he
good.
can be like stamping with that while I'm doing my things, and he feels like he's like part of it. And you know, but it's like entertaining him. So I think like there's also something like nice about like nothing it we're all our own business owners, right? And like nothing has to be perfect. Like it's you have that ability to be like, you know what, I'm gonna like, you can put the stamps on the envelopes and I'm gonna send these out to my clients, and they're gonna be all crooked, but like who cares, you know, because they don't care.
I don't
and now my kids got to like think that they were helping me, which is like so fun. So I love that like we're also like just have that autonomy to just be like, I'm gonna run my business how I'm gonna run my business, and like that means like fitting in mom life with how I'm doing things.
Totally.
Yeah.
So favorite product. I guess I'll go first because it you need this first before you use yours.
Yes.
So mine is the eye cream. Holy Moses, it's so good. It's the Counter Time eye cream, and it just, for busy, crazy moms like myself, you take a little bit. I'm not gonna put on right now, but like dab under your, you know, your eyelids, and it will literally help with dark circles and puffiness and all the things. And I can't speak enough about this product. I think like when I joined, I couldn't find one I really, really liked. And I was like, wait, do you guys have eye cream? And Bryant, who recruited me, was like, yes. And I was like, okay, then I'm in.
Then I'm in. That's all I need.
That's all I
know.
need.
I needed some eye cream this morning because I was like, had lots of little wake ups last night, lots of little tippy toes in my room, which is so fun. So my favorite product, which piggybacks on that, and it's funny because we were talking about like what we were going to share, and then we were like, of course we have like a conversation around like mom life, and these two products are like the mom essentials, right? Like, mine is our creamy concealer, and this is actually a new product. It's like a reformulation of our old concealer, which I also did love.
I'm wearing
this one. Yeah, so good. I'm wearing it also. That's actually all I have on right now, just the concealer.
Oh my God, you're like such a stunning natural beauty.
Thank you. You are. But yes, this is an amazing product. And also like the price point is great. I don't remember exactly how much it costs. I don't know if you do, but I have had this
30 since 29 30, something like
29 that. Something like that. It's like under $30, and I've had this since we launched it like months ago, and I've barely made a dent in it, which is another thing I love. Same with the Counter Time eye cream, and so many of our products, like they last forever. So
it's so hard to choose like one single product. We were like, I love this and I love this and I love this and I love this, but like we just felt like for all the mommies that are watching and this geared towards that, we would choose those two. But truly all of our products are incredible. And the reason why that they go like a little bit goes a long way is because they're not packed with fillers or things that are designed to just like eat up the product. Like it goes a long way. And you don't need a whole bunch of product for it to be effective, right?
Yes, totally.
And then one thing I do want to do is I want to brag on you for a bit, because another opportunity that Angela got, this is a surprise. This isn't even according to what we practiced.
Going off script.
Going off script. But Angela was chosen to be a part of Beauty Counter's marketing campaign. Like, that's huge, okay? And we had a big recruiting campaign launch, and she was in it, and she looked amazing in her black leather jacket and her red lipstick. I don't even know. I wish I had like I don't have my recruiting little pamphlet. I'm sure you have it somewhere. I would frame that thing, but
yeah, I have it somewhere. But
like, tell us about that. Like, I want to know about that. How awesome is it to be able to not only do all the things that we talked about, but then to also do something like that, which is totally in your wheelhouse?
it was so cool. No, it's funny because I'm like so used to being behind the camera because I've been in like PR for so long, and like,
Right.
you know, I've done millions of photo shoots for clients, and like, and it was just so, it was like the most amazing day. Like when they called me, I'm like, I don't think you have the right person. Like like you couldn't have been picked me for this. Like
No
I was
way.
like, not, yeah. And I had to do like this little like interview, and then I remember I got the email and I was like, holy crap. Like they're flying me out to LA for like this shoot. I had no idea what it was going to be like, but it was just amazing, incredible, of course, because like everyone who works at headquarters is just like awesome and cool and like the epitome of like LA cool, right?
Right. And like, who would have even thought that that would be something that you would be a part of when you signed up to be a consultant, right? Like never in a million years.
Never in a million years. Like I had, like, I think back to like that night that I just like clicked like join on my laptop while I was lying in bed, probably like feeding my son a bottle, you know, like, and now like, you know, a few years later, I was like on the cover of this brochure. It was definitely a surreal,
cover.
Yeah, surreal experience, but it was pretty awesome.
It's so amazing. It really is truly like, if you have even like the slightest inkling about what this business is about, like just do it. Like that's all I have to say, because at the end of the day, you really don't know what the opportunities are going to bring. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And at, you know, like I have chills even saying that, because between, even though just the friendships alone, forget about the financials, forget about the opportunities, like the friendships, the community, what you'll learn, the things that you'll be able to figure out along the way. You have such a support system. I mean, I've got people on my team, I've got people on my sideline, on my upline, on my, you know, downline, like,
yeah, here, there, everywhere.
Robin said Beauty Counter opens up so many great doors. It's so true. I mean, even so just true. Like our lead that we just did, and listening to like Glennon Doyle, whose book we read like this year that got us through, you know.
Totally. And one last thing I want to say before we end, because I think we've talked obviously a lot about like mom life, and we're moms, and obviously I think it's an amazing opportunity for moms to get involved in, but there's also like this huge influx of like younger women who are like Gen Z in college or right out of college. Like if I had this when I was like 20, and like I had been able to do this instead of like waitressing, or like if I had been able to supplement my like horrible PR salary when I first graduated college, it would have been game changing. So, and then of course there's like older women who, you know, were like retired and now came back into the, you know, workplace to like be involved in this. And like, so there's a million, you know, it's really for everyone. So I just wanted to add that, because we were focused a lot on moms, and which, you know, there's a lot of moms that are involved with Beauty Counter, but it's not just for moms.
Yeah, we just happen to be moms, but and like, you know, and that's how we
cool moms.
Cool moms. Yeah. With my side part.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, I gotta put it. Anyway,
yeah.
I
rock that side part.
Thank you. I don't care. Confidence. That's the key, babe. But yeah, just I completely agree with you. I think that it's for everyone. And same, if I could have had that extra income or just that community and that base of knowledge, like it would have been a game changer. So yeah, I could not agree with you more, my friend. Anyway, I think that if members, for those watching, first of all, if you're new, you've never purchased, it's 20% off. Yes. So you can reach out to Angela or myself, 20% off. The second thing is we've got, you can join us if you're a member, and membership pretty much, if you're not one, is $29 annually. You get all these perks, free shipping, gifts, and love from us. But you can join our mission for only $21.
Crazy.
And if you sell like 2 regimens, you get a free mini counter time set, which is like crazy.
Yes. Such a good deal. Amazing.
Such a good deal.
Like, where can you open a business for $21?
Nowhere. You have no overhead. The website's done for you. The marketing's done for you. Like, literally, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
and
I'm
then
glad
if you're not a member, you can also just join for $50. So that's another.
Oh, yeah. True. Yeah. This is true, too.
Which is also, like, so cheap.
And you don't have to hold inventory, and there's no, like, weird requirements where you get, like, penalized or whatever. Yeah. And you can start making money today.
Yeah.
Start selling today.
I love it.
You know?
I know. I'm going to go start making money when I get off this call.
Does anyone have any questions before we wrap this up? I don't know if anyone has. I know we've got like not a ton of people on this morning. It's Friday morning, but if anyone has questions, please feel free to reach out to Angela or myself. And if we don't have the answer, we'll get it for you because that's what we do.
That's what we do. All right. It was so nice to have a little chat with you this morning and see your face.
I know. I want to do
miss seeing you in person.
I know. We will do that. We will do that in person soon. And don't forget to save the video.
I won't.
And all right. I love you, friend.
All right. Love you too. Bye, guys.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Bye.